What's up guys and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to talk about some of the players that I think could be good differential captain picks for this game week. Pretty much the only obvious captain pick this game week is Bruno Fernandes, who plays Sheffield United at home, and he's without a doubt going to be the most captain player. But I know a lot of people likes to go for not the most obvious choices, and as we've seen throughout the whole season, it's usually never the most captain player for game week that ends up getting the most points that game week. So it can always be a bit risky, but can always be a good choice to go for a more differential one. Because if that one scores, of course, then you're gonna climb the ranks more. For example, during double game week 19, I captained Salah, who was one of the most captain players that game week, if not the most one, and he ended up getting 4 points over 2 games, which is terrible. But for this game week, the first differential player I would go for captain is Mikel Antonio. And when I say differential, I mean a player that has like a lower than 15% ownership. And Antonio right now has 12.2% ownership. And he scored 2 goals in 2 games in the double game week 19, getting 18 points, 9 points in each game, 1 goal and 3 bonus points. He's just back from an injury. He looks really good when he's playing. He was really good in the beginning of the season as well. And like West Ham has been struggling a little bit scoring without a main target man up front. Sebastian Haller is definitely not that type of player you want to have in your team as the main man. So Antonio is a good addition to the team for sure. And as long as he stays fit, I think it's a great option. And they're playing Crystal Palace away, which is not a bad game. Crystal Palace are struggling defensively, and I think that West Ham will score. They probably will win as well, and I think Antonio will definitely be involved in a goal. So he's a good option. I'm going to have him as my vice captain myself. The second one is Gündogan. A player that a lot of players are getting into the teams right now, especially if they already have De Bruyne. A lot of people are just downgrading De Bruyne to Gündogan and saving like 6 million or 7 million, which is crazy. But he only 6.8% ownership right now, and he's been really good for the past game weeks. 5 goals in the last 7 game weeks. And in the last game when De Bruyne was injured and was substituted, of course, when they later got a penalty that game, Gündogan took the penalty. So it looks like he's going to be on penalties as well. And they are playing West Bromwich away. A really good game attacking-wise. I think that they definitely will score. West Bromwich is struggling a lot defensively. West Bromwich is looking a little bit better attackingly. We'll talk about that for the next player I'm going to show. But for Gündogan, I think he is a good option because he does go up a lot in the pitch. He does get shots. He does take shots. He does get into good positions, and he might even be on penalties now. So I think for 5.5 million and 6.8% ownership, he's a great player to get in and maybe even captain this game week if you really want to go a lot of differential route. The second one for Manchester City that I would recommend is Cancelo. I would say that this one is more risky than Gündogan. The reason is that Cancelo is listed as a defender. I think that he could get an attacking return. He's due to get an attacking return. He's been really good the past, the whole season, of course, but the past 2 game weeks, both against Aston Villa and Crystal Palace in double game week 19, he got into the box and had some shots, and he looked really good. He was unlucky not to score, and I think that he will get an attacking return soon. And when he does, he will get a big haul. For sure. The only thing when I'm saying this is a little bit more risky is that I think that City are really good defensively. They probably will keep a clean sheet, but I think West Bromwich have been looking pretty good attacking wise recently. So I'm not saying that West Bromwich is a team that they will 100% keep a clean sheet against, because they have been looking pretty good attackingly since they switched manager. But I do think that they probably will, and I think that Cancelo is due to get an attacking return soon, so I think that he is a good option. 12.9% ownership. I don't think many people are going to captain Cancelo, so if you go for him and he gets a big score, then you're in the money. So he's a good option. And my last option for this game week is going to be Harvey Barnes. I really like Harvey Barnes when I watch him play. Like, he looks just so energetic, and he gets into positions. He takes a lot of shots. he looks like the kind of guy who could score a lot more than he actually does. But he also scored 3 goals and 1 assist in 5 games, which is really good. Only 6.8 million, which is good for a good midfielder. And 5.4% ownership, which is really low. So I think that he's not going to be captain a lot this game week. The only thing that is a little bit risky with this one as well is that they're playing against Everton away. They did lose the last game against Everton at home. But Everton, they are tricky. I'm not sure about Everton right now, how good they're going to be, because they kept, I think, 3 clean sheets in the past... No, 2 clean sheets in the past 5 games. So they conceded goals in 3 of the last 4 games or something. So defensively, I think that Leicester will probably score, because they are starting defensively a little bit, and Harvey Barnes will probably be involved. At least I hope so. I think so. But it is a difficult game, so I'm not sure. This one is the most riskiest of these 4 I've told you about right now. But I think that he's a great player for future game weeks as well, when Leicester City's games are getting a little bit easier. Because Everton, it doesn't look easy on paper, and I'm not sure if it is easier than it looks. Because Everton has had a long rest now. We don't know how good they're going to be when they come back. Calvert-Lewin seems to be back now as well, so we'll see. But out of all of these, I would probably go for a Manchester City player. It feels like the safest option. But Antonio and Harvey Barnes could definitely be good options as well. And yeah, I hope you found this video helpful in some way. Stick around for more videos in the future, and good luck this game week.